Let's get a quick take on Pueblo County's Board of Commissions approving a contract to fund college scholarships for its high school students. To receive the funds, candidates must attend school in Pueblo and would benefit from up to $425,000 in excise tax collections from marijuana cultivation. Thought we were just doing a scholarship update from the middle of Pueblo County. There's also an important part of it. Patty Calhoun from Westward, seeing pot cultivation taxes going to something I think people would all be in favor of, scholarships for high school students, seems like a good use for these funds. Do you see this happening in other counties or cities across Colorado?
I think it's a great use, and it's pretty direct. Unlike Amendment 64, the overage of sales tax collections, people had talked about construction at schools. Here's a way to definitely benefit students that you can track. Pueblo County allowed grows early on. They've regulated them pretty well, and they're collecting a lot of money and putting it to good use. So it saved a county in a lot of trouble.
David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. I'm not familiar enough with the law of what restrictions might be on counties. Does this sound copacetic with what we know about the law and how the taxes can be spent?
Absolutely, and a great choice. And they're going to stay. The students will stay in Pueblo. It'll be CSU Pueblo or Pueblo Community College. It's a scholarship of could be $1,000 per student or perhaps more. A great way for a place that's been in the past an economic powerhouse of Colorado, back in the Colorado fuel and iron and mining days, to improve itself. Adams County is looking at a similar thing, a little smaller, but to provide scholarships for poor kids. And this is democracy at work, because the voters went around the elected officials who were too stodgy on this. They re-legalized marijuana, and they brought in all this new tax revenue, which is being used for beneficial purposes. And when you use it for education, that means in the long run, the people who are going to be voting are better informed. And so you further improve our Republican form of government.
Penfield Tate joins us, attorney at QTAC Rock, also a longtime state lawmaker. Speaking of Capitol Hill, do you think an idea like this, which sounds like everybody would be behind in Pueblo County, and I realize what happens in Pueblo County cannot necessarily happen on Capitol Hill, but do you think some lawmakers will be trying to use some of those same ideas?
You know, I think lawmakers will take a look at it, but I don't know if they'll be able to replicate it on a statewide basis. This is a brilliant move by the Pueblo County Commissioners. This is a perfect way to reinvest in your community with resources that are given to you from existing revenues and investing in your community. We see so many communities, rural and otherwise, around the state where the problem is kids go to college and never come back home. Pueblo has figured that out. They're investing in their kids, having them go to college in Pueblo, and they'll likely stay there after they finish their college careers because of their ties to the community. This is brilliant, and I congratulate Pueblo for doing this. And I'm also pleased that it's not just limited to the 4.0, 3.5 students. If you're a high school graduate and you want to go to college, they'll assist you. Kudos. This is one of the rare pieces of really smart, implemented public policy by local government. This is brilliant.
And rounding out the panel, John Bowman, reporter of 5 Points News. Wrap it up for us.
Well, I think, you know, when you talk about the tax monies that's coming in from marijuana, I mean, there's a big question as to why it can't be used like to save the Jeffco schools or build new schools in Jeffco. I think as we've said, it's a brilliant move to take a look at how this money comes to the counties and decide what you can do with it. Now, there's another $58 million that has been given to the state health department to make the funny commercials that we see on TV and things of that nature. Maybe some of that money should be thrown back into the pool as well to help education.